Hello friends, today we discuss about the evolution of management thoughts, part 3. So a body of principles of management has been developed by Henry Fayol, as you all know, the father of modern management. Fayol wrote perceptibly on the basis of his practical experience as a manager. Although he did not develop an integrated theory of management, his principles are surprisingly in tune with the contemporary thinking in management theory. Fayol held that there is a single administrative science whose principle can be used in all management situations no matter what kind of organization was being managed. This earned him the title of universality. He, however, emphasized that his principles were not immutable laws but rules of thumbs to be used as occasion demanded. Fayol held that activists of an industrial enterprise can be grouped in six categories: technical productions, that is productions; commercial, that is buying, selling, and exchange; financial, that is search for an optimum use of capital; number 4, security, that is protection of prosperity and persons; number 5, accounting, that is including statistics; and number 6, the managerial. However, he devoted most of his attention to managerial activity. He developed the following principles underlying management of all kind of organizations. Henry Fayol's 14 principles of management that I discuss right now. Number 1, authority and responsibility are related. Fayol held that authority flows from responsibility. Manager who exercise authority over others should assume responsibility for decisions as well as for results. He regarded authority as a corollary to responsibility. Authority is official as well as personal. An official authority is derived from the manager's position in organizational hierarchy, and personal authority is compounded of intelligence, experience, and moral worth also, past services, etc. A corollary of the principles that no manager should be given authority unless he assumes responsibility is that those who have responsibility should also have commensurate authority in order to enable them to initiate action on others and command resources required for the performance of their function. These aspect of the relationship between responsibility and authority is particularly relevant in India, where authority tends to be concentrated in higher management. Number 2, unity of command. This principle holds that one employee should have only one boss and receive instructions from him only. Fayol observed that if this principle is violated, authority will be undermined, discipline will be jeoparded, order will be disturbed, and stability will be threatened. Dual command is a permanent source of conflict. So, therefore, in every organization, each subordinate should have one superior who command he has to obey. Number 3, unity of direction. This means that all managerial and operational activity which relate a distinct group with the same objective should be directed by one head and one plan. According to Fayol, there should be one head and one plan for group of activities having the same objectives. It, however, does not mean that all decisions should be made at the top. It only means that all related activities should be directed by one person. For example, all marketing activities like product, strategy, and policy, advertising and sales, promotions, distributions, channel policy, product, pricing policy, marketing research, etc., should be under the control of one manager and directed by an integrated plan. So, this is essential for the unity of action. Now, coordination of strengths and focusing of efforts. Violation of this principle will cause fragmentations of action and effort and wastage of resources. Number 4. Scalar chain of command. According to Fayol'S, scalar chain is the chain of superiors ranging from the ultimate authority to the lowest rank. The line of authority is the route followed via every link in the chain by all communication which start from or go to the ultimate authority. Number 5. Division of work. This is the principle of specializations which, according to Fayol, applies to all kinds of work, managerial as well as technical. It helps a person to acquire an ability and accuracy with which he can do more and better work with the same effort. So therefore the work of every person in the organization should be limited as far as possible to the performance of a single leading functions. Number 6. Discipline is a sine qua non for the proper functioning of an organization. Members of an organization are required to perform their functions and conduct themselves in relevance or relation to other according to rules, norms, and customs. According to Fayol, discipline can best be maintained by having good superiors at all levels, agreements made either with the individual employees or with an union as the case may be, that are as clear and fair as possible, and penalties judiciously imposed. Number 7. Subordination of individual interest to general interest. The interest of the organization is above the interest of the individual and the group also. It can be achieved only when managers in high positions in the organization set an example of honesty, integrity, fairness, and justice. It will involve an attitude and spirit of sacrificing with own personal interest whenever it becomes apparent that such personal interests are in conflict with organizational interest. It may, however, be emphasized that social and national interest should have precedence over organizational interest whenever the two run counter to each other. Remuneration. Employees should be paid fairly and equitably. Differential in remuneration should be based on job differentials in terms of qualities of employees, applications, responsibilities, working conditions, and difficulty of job also. It should also take into account factors like cost of living, general economic conditions, demand for labor, and economic state of the business. Now, centralizations. Fayol believed in centralizations. He, however, did not contemplate concentrations of all decision-making authority in the top management. He, however, held the centralizations and decentralizations is a question of proportion. And in a small firm with a limited number of employees, the owner manager, can give orders directly to everyone. In large organizations, however, where the workers is separated from the chief executive through a long or scalar chain, the decision-making authority has to be distributed among various managers in varying degree. Here, one generally comes across a situations of decentralizations with centralized control. The degree of centralizations and decentralizations also depends on the quality of managers. Order. Order in conceptions of Fayol means right person on the right job and everything in its proper place. This kind of order depends on precise knowledge of human requirements and resources of the concern and constant balance between these requirements and resources also. Equity, it means that subordinates should be treated with justice and kindliness. This is essential for eliciting their devotions and loyalty also to the enterprise. It is therefore the duty of the chief executive to install a sense of equity throughout all levels of scalar chain. Stability of tenure of personnel. The managerial policies should provide a sense of responsibility, job security. The hiring and firing of personnel should depend not on the whims of the superiors, but on the well-conceived personal policies. He points out that it takes time for an employee to learn his job. If they quit or are discharged within a short time, the learning time has been wasted. At the same time, those found unsuitable should be removed and those who are found to be competent should be promoted. However, a mediocre manager who stays is infinitely and preferably to understanding managers who come and go. Now, initiatives. It focuses on the ability, attitudes, and resourcefulness to act without prompting from others. Managers must create an environment which encourages their subordinates to take initiative and responsibility, since it provides a sense of great satisfaction to intelligence employees. And managers should sacrifice their personal vanity in order to encourage their subordinates to show initiative. We should, however, be limited according to Fayol, the respect for authority and discipline, and esprit de corps. So, cohesiveness and team spirit should be encouraged among employees. It is the one of the chief characteristics of organized activity that a number of people work together in close cooperations for the achievement of common goals. So an environment should be created in the organizations which will induce people to contribute to each other's efforts in such a way that the combined efforts of all together promotes the achievement of the overall objectives of enterprise. Fayol warns against two enemies of esprit de corps. Number one, divide and rule and abuse of written communication. It may work to the benefit of the enterprise to divide its enemy, but it will surely be dangerous to divide one's own workers. They should rather be veiled in cohesive and highly interacting work groups, and over reliance or written communications also tends to disrupt team spirit. Written communication, where necessary, should always be supplemented by oral communication, because face-to-face contact tends to promote speed, clarity, and harmony. So that's the end of the video, my friends. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel. Thanks a lot for watching.